Yeah. Pro Fan Sports Podcast. Let's get it. Pro fans, tune into the program. Every single week, get the dope, fam. Sean on the mic, very flat too. Keep you updated, that's what we do. Pro fans, tune into the program. Pro fans, tune into the program. Pro fans, tune into the program. Every single week, get the dope, fam.
Yo, what to do, everybody? It's your boy, John Altidor with Pro Fan Sports Podcast, where the fans of the pros go back at you with another one with my boys Vlad and Barry and our special guest, Vonora Lewis. What's good, y'all?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? Excited as always for another show with our special guest. And yeah, we're on to episode 54, the Big 5-4. So let's get to it.
Yes, sir.
Super happy to be here. Thank you, guys. Also, congratulations for making over a year in your podcast. That's dope.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm ready to get started. Get to it.
Appreciate it, man. Like Barry said, episode 54 on this show, you know, we usually give out a few jersey numbers based on episodes we're going. So I'm going to go first this time. Teddy Bruschi, 54.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You stole mine.
Yeah. It's also Dante Hightower.
Hightower, right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're talking linebackers, Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher was a GOAT. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Who else you got?
So then we got Horace Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we also got a couple more linebackers and Bobby Wagner from the Seahawks.
Yep. He could end up in the hall one day. You know, he's
had a really good career so far. So who knows? He could be there. We got Levante David from the Bucks. The Super
just
Bowl
won that
champions.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then we got this one will make you laugh. Kwame Brown.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. I know. I know why I put him on my list, but
you're gonna make Kobe roll in his grave, dude. Like, Kwame Brown. That's crazy.
For real.
Do you have any Vonora, Lewis?
Yeah. Any 54s you could think of?
Oh, your girl didn't know that. So
That's cool.
It's cool. We be doing it off the top. You know what I'm saying? Off the top.
No, sometimes I do come up with a list on the show and look that up, but mostly it's off the top of the dome.
Nevertheless, you know, it's episode 54. And before we start the show, I'll invite you to please follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, profans_sports. Our page is pretty popping, so you want to get on there and follow it. You know what I'm saying? We're on twitter.com/profansports, facebook.com/profansports. And if you're watching on YouTube, of course, click the subscribe button, notification button, and that's youtube.com/profansports. We drop every Tuesday morning on all podcasting platforms, and the videos drop on Wednesday, so be sure to tune into those. And before we get into Vonora a little bit and check about her background and what she's doing out there, we're also going to be talking about the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, B-Money lifestyle. We got a couple questions of the week. So before we get into the NBA segment, I wanted to give Vonora a little chance to talk about herself, because I know you have a sports podcast yourself. You've been affiliated with some people, and you're also launching something pretty special. So tell the viewers what's going on.
well, hi everybody. My name is Vonora Lewis. I am a sports podcaster, sports writer, sports personality as well. I am originally from New York. I'm now located in DC. I have written for about 15 different websites covering the NBA, WNBA, and the NFL. I would say my deep connection with the NBA and NFL is because I love basketball. I grew up around basketball. I grew up around football. Those are two things I personally love. I was an athlete growing up, so I played football. I was a wide receiver for a whole year. And
you might want to help the Patriots.
Yeah, they could use some help with that
Can't throw it, I'll
department.
catch it. And, I also played soccer, field hockey, ice hockey, and I cheerleaded for 15 years on top of all of that. So sports has been in my life. I'm one of 8 kids. My brothers, all 6 of them, play football. So football, again, was my life. And only 2 of my brothers play basketball. I just love basketball. I've always been very, very connected to it since I was a very, very young child. Going to the Knicks games down in the Garden has been a treat for life. Also, I have my own podcast called The V Report. It's under the MTMV Sports Podcast Network, where I cover sports news, NBA, NFL, and WNBA. I'll bring in I'm a New York girl, so I talk about the Yankees a lot. So I talk about my Yankees on there. And that's about it. 'Cause I have no baseball knowledge besides my Yankees. And that they're better than me, Red Sox. Other than that, that's all I know. Yankees are better than the Red Sox. So I will always.
Oh, whoa.
The
See, you invite people to the show, and then this is the stuff they
Hey,
do.
this is what
They
happens,
pull right on
bruh.
air, you know?
Oh, right off
The
the
ring
rip,
say
right.
it. What you want me to do? The ring say it. But anyway, so I trash talk a lot. Y'all know that have been following me. I trash talk a lot. So yes, that's who I am.
Mhm.
And I have also launched my own foundation called the VL Foundation. So my foundation focuses on adolescents who've experienced the loss or abandonment of a parent or guardian. So this is adolescents who unfortunately lost their parents, have had a parent or parents have stepped out of their lives, being raised by others. And my foundation, we just provide them with services such as counseling, college prep, and mentorship, and workforce prep. So we help kids get ready for either one, deal with the fact that that huge grief of loss and abandonment first. Then we definitely take them to looking for either going the college route or the workforce prep route. So we prepare them for getting a job, how to write a resume. On the other side, we also got the PSATs, SATs, ACTs, how to apply for college, FAFSA, all that, mixed in with that. We have mentors that are from different walks of life, different levels of, in the community they serve in, working with these kids as well. So it's a foundation that definitely just goes gung-ho. I'm gung-ho in because I actually experienced that myself. I lost both of my parents young. So that's something that I'm a product of it. I know how it turns out at the end. So especially when you do it with the right materials. So I am definitely doing that in DC. Is also, we have another location we're looking at as Tennessee as another place. But yeah, that's my foundation, which started March 15th. And we already got a bunch of stuff going on. So
Congrats.
thank you.
For
Thank you,
sure.
guys. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for just having me on here to talk about that. And yeah, so I'm here to talk about my Yankees, my Knicks, my Giants, Lord have mercy. And let's get it popping. Thank you guys.
We'll make sure to, if you can send us a link to your foundation, we'll make sure to include it in the description of our podcast. Everything you said was amazing. Like, you do so much. Like, I don't even know how you do that. But
Thank you.
and thanks for sharing your story about, you growing up and your parents. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for this. I will definitely send my link, and thank you guys for listening.
Nah, for sure. I second that, Vlad, for sure. And congratulations, for launching. Not a lot of people get to launch foundations out there, and you're doing that on your own. So it's also Women's Month, and we can't have Women Month go by without having a woman on the show. So thank you for being our woman representative.
Well, that makes me even feel better. Yeah, I'm very, very honored to be here.
Vonora, before we start the show, before we start talking about the NBA, I just wanted to ask you, like, what does it mean to you to be a woman of color in the sports industry, and just to be a woman in the sports industry?
Oh, I would love to answer that question. It's something I don't take it for granted, because being in the industry is difficult. There's a lot of challenges to advance and to move up and to become more popular, become somebody that you see more and more. It's very difficult because a lot of people do not take you seriously. They think you're here for the wrong reasons. And it's something that I've definitely ran into early in my career doing this. Especially in my early 20s, I started writing when I was 23. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't easy. It was like no one really took it seriously. Even family don't take it seriously sometimes. Yeah. But like when I got with the right team, I saw myself being able to advance more and be able to have my words used, and be able to not have to look to, and I'll be honest, to a man for point of reference when it comes to a stat or about a player. I can actually just provide it, and now I'm looked to as a source instead. So that has been something that I do not take for granted. I will tell young women that it is difficult, but don't give up, because there's always an audience that listens to you. I have a lot of amazing women in sports that I look up to. I get to connect with on a daily basis that help me.
Do you mind sharing some of those women that you look up to?
Sure, I would love to. Keisha Stratford, she's a new girl. She's a new woman that's in sports, but she is also somebody that I talk to personally. I have a good connection with. I would also like to bring up all their names. Kelsey Nicole Nelson. She is a great reporter out in DC. We have a great connection. I love the fact that she is able to, we're the same age, and that's crazy to me because I look so much older than this child. But she definitely has been in the game for a while, and she's able to just talk to me one-on-one about it and be real with it. And I appreciate that. That's why I cherish more the realness. Ashley Baker is another one that I've been able to connect with, especially through this amazing thing called Clubhouse, y'all. So those y'all know, I met John Clubhouse. Like Clubhouse definitely helped me connect with these women and work my way up. Another one, Renee Washington. She's also out in DC. Another amazing young sports talent. And also, of course, Janelle Hill. I watch all of her things. I read all of her writings. I used to watch his and her podcast, but it was on ESPN before I was on the phone. So I was in it for a long time. Carrie Champion.
Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie's my girl. I remember Carrie was on first.
Another good one.
I was in high school watching Carrie Champion. I used to be like, I want to be Carrie. I'll be Carrie. I'll be a lawyer. Whichever one happens first is what I'm gonna go with. And even listen, Molly Curran. I also look to her as a source. I love her take on football. I love to see her outside of First Take and doing things she does. So it's just a lot of women that they do more than just sit and navigate the debates. They actually have their own shows and have their own podcasts, and I like to definitely connect with them that way. So those are some of the women that I personally look up to in sports, and there's so many more. So the list goes on and on, but I am so happy to follow in their footsteps to try to continue to build my brand.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing all that, and I'm sure your story will be an inspiration to other young girls that wants to get into this industry.
Thank you.
I have another question, and I'm gonna let you guys go.
Go ahead, Vlad. You asked some great questions.
Right. You're on the road, Vlad. Do your thing.
What got you into sports? And I guess the other question is, what made you want to start a sports podcast?
Okay. What made me like sports was my dad. My dad, like, I'm only a diehard fan of the teams I named, the Giants, the Knicks, the Yankees, and the Rangers because of my dad. My dad would put it on TV, and I wasn't allowed to change the channel. So if I was going to be hanging out, I got to sit and watch. And it went from sitting and watching to us arguing to cheering to drawing out our own maps. I'll tell you, so many maps we've drawn out about how the Giants are going to the Super Bowl. If these people lose, we have to win this game. These 10 people must lose for us to get the playoffs. So like it'd be something like that. I've been doing that since like 5 and 6. And as I continue to grow up, that became something else that me and my godfather would do as well. We just start drawing maps by my Knicks. Like, okay, if we get rid of Dolan, maybe we can get.
Oh, please get rid of that.
I'm just saying.
Get rid of Dolan.
We've had this conversation. Like, we got this person to go. Maybe we can get these people to come. When Katie and Kyrie about to come over, I remember calling my dad, like, it's possible. He's like, oh my God, hope. So like, I've been in sports since then, and them playing as an athlete, because I'll say right now, I cannot play basketball to save my life. I am trash, the worst. But I will talk about you like I know I'm a WNBA. So like I learned that young, can't play basketball, but I'm very good at soccer. I was great at went to states in track, cheerleader, a national 5-time national champion cheerleader, dancer,
Nice.
all the above. So once I got in that competitive spirit, and it was just manifested. So when I got into the sports industry later on, it was just bound to happen at some angle. I was going to take it through the agent route, the lawyer route. There were different ways I was looking at it when I was going from college to my professional life, but that's how it all was manifested. And what made me start my sports podcast was I didn't get once Carrie and Jamel were on TV more, their podcasts had stopped coming out as much, and I would listen to their podcast and the Joe Budden podcast. The two things I listened to all the time. So when I stopped hearing the girls as much, I was like, well, we still need a podcast that, you know, that one makes us laugh, that brings us news that we can, we will, you know, the average girl will understand. Because there are women that like sports. Women like sports because men like sports too. Like they want to hang out with their guy. And some of them just like it because it's just a lot of fun to watch. Like me. Like I watch basketball by myself.
Some of them watch it, you know, for the tights and stuff and uniform.
Some don't watch it because you trying to see who.
Let's keep it 100 here, you know.
I'll keep it. All I do is keep it 100 now. Now some of them look at, you know, we watch it sometimes because we want to see who can put the ring on the finger too. Don't play. But at the same time, some of them actually are watching it.
Oh, dang, you went there.
I'm just gonna be real. I was 100.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
do.
No, there isn't. There isn't.
You think if Cam Newton don't let me know, okay? Because I'm gonna be real. All he got to do is when and where. That's all I need to know. But like we all watch for different reasons, and I wanted to definitely just. I felt like that was my avenue into the life because writing is fun. But I like to talk about it. I like to actually people hear my voice and hear what I have to say more than just read my stuff and then send me some crazy review. So like that's what got me into the podcasting realm of it, and I've never looked back since.
Well, welcome. Welcome. How long you been doing your podcast actually?
For a year and 3 months.
Oh, you should be welcoming us. My bad.
Right. No, man. Once again, congratulations, Vonora. I tell you, you know, you gotta advertise yourself out there because you got dope stuff going on.
Y'all got my business on the mic now.
I have to put her out there. You know, she's doing really big things. You know, and we're proud to have you on the show for sure.
We wanted to ask you, Vonora, what advice do you have for, you know, all the young, you know, ladies out there and women who are looking to get into the, you know, sports industry like yourself?
I would tell the young ladies out there like me that are looking to get in this industry, watch games and learn the stats. Learn stats and learn facts. Because no matter what, people will challenge you because of how you look, who you are. But if you can come with the stats and the facts, there's nothing they can say. That shuts down every debate. Like, as a debater myself, that's something that we are taught young, to know the stats and know the facts. And those are the two things that doesn't care, man, male, female, whatever. You brought that, you're always going to be able to make your point argument. And people have to respect you for it, or they don't have to, but they will have to just stop talking. When you're right, you're right. And when you have things to back you up, that is the way to not only be right, but be professionally right and continue to step on people's necks. My way of saying it.
Yeah.
You got like that answer. That's what's up.
No, that was great. And I hope the women, you know, that listen to the podcast and want to start something on their own, you know, I think that's pretty big, big advice, because all of us as sports podcasters, we got to know what the hell we talking about too. So again, thank you, Vonora.
And be yourself. Like if you're a quirky person, be quirky. Don't try to be, you know, uptight people on ESPN, because you might not be that person. Your own brand is because of you. So it must be yourself plus the fact like that. Like we said before, that is the way to one. Like John said, you want to start your own brand or start your own podcast. That's the way to get people to listen and tune in and be involved, because you are being your authentic self, enjoying yourself, but you're still bringing facts and details and stats.
Before you go, do you want to share your like Instagram or whatever, not whatever that has to do with your podcast and your foundation, if you want to just share that with the listeners and the viewers, that would be great.
Sure. Yes. You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nora, Nora _ Natish, Natish. And I answer all DMs, and you can tweet me and fight with me. Don't care. That's cool with me. I'm always welcoming different competition or different words. Or you're welcome to come on my show, same thing. You'll get to see the VL Foundation is actually on my own Instagram and Twitter page for that. My Instagram page for the VL Foundation, which is my foundation, is the VL Foundation at Instagram, and you can find it there. On Twitter, it's Foundation VL, and those are the places you guys can keep up with what we're doing as we continue to grow and advance and get programs launched. That's where you can find it. Also, just me as a person, you can directly contact me on my social medias, and I respond back. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Great.
Appreciate you coming here.
Thank you, guys.
It was great. It was great bugging you about the Knicks and the Giants. Really enjoy that. And you know what? If the Knicks are playing really well right now, so
I like the Knicks right now.
Yeah, me too.
Depending on how well they do, I would like to have you back to talk some Knicks and yeah.
Sure. I'm always willing to talk about my Knicks. And since y'all about to talk about baseball, go Yankees. If I talk about hockey, go Rangers and Islanders.
She had to go out on that note.
Had to.
And
Thank you
guys
with
so much
that,
for
gotta
having me on.
represent your team. So no, I respect it.
Of course.
No,
Y'all take
thank
care.
you,
Thank you so
Vonora.
much.
Yeah,
Have a good
thanks
one,
for
Vonora.
coming on here. Appreciate it. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, my pleasure is all mine, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.